also talk a lot about this concept that's three little words, three little birds. It's ready, fire, aim, which
Yeah.
is counterintuitive, but it's how you've built your entire business. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, so ready, fire, aim is a principle that I learned from Jack Canfield in the book, The Success Principles. And the idea and the concept of it is, let's say that you're shooting at a target, right? Let's say and I'm not like, it's funny because I've shot a gun like 3 times in my life, but like, let's say that you're shooting at a target and you're just waiting to just aiming just perfectly. You're aiming just perfectly. You're taking your time to aim and aim and aim. And then you finally take that shot and then you realize that the scope is off and it's up and to the right. Where if you would have just taken that first shot, you would have already known that it was off and to the right, and then you could adjust. And so, yes, we still got to get ready. I'm not just saying just go and launch without getting ready. Get ready. And then what most people do is they get ready and then they aim and then they aim and then they aim and then they aim and then they never take any action.
That's right.
What we really need to do is get ready, know what it is that we want, take action, and then look for feedback and adjust.
Yes.
That's a much quicker way to get where we want, and be open to, not just be open to feedback, but expect that you're going to have problems the first time through.
Yes.
What I see a lot is that people won't, they spend so much time on that aim part that when they finally take action, they got their blinders on because they're like, I can't go through that again. I can't,
right.
I can't do all that again. I can't do all that work again. That was too much work. I need to make this work. And so last week, I saw one of the founders of Constant Contact. They started this out of they said it was an attic, someone's attic. They created this business, sold it for over $1 billion. And he talked about a concept. This is not an original concept, but what he reiterated this. He said, what you really want to do is create your MVP, create your minimum viable product, get it out, and then get feedback from the people that you want more of.
Yes.
So that's what they said they did. They put it out, and then they started asking, what do you think about this? What would you like to be different? How would you like to, can you test this for us? What do you want different? And then they created the product for the people rather than trying to find the people that fit into the product.
I love that. Now, you know this, in my very fast career in this new space, and I'm still dabbling in the old space and just allowing them to merge and be holistic, but it's only been ready, fire, aim. Ready, fire, 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 aim. And so now, after I've been out there very visibly and growing very quickly, I'm now beginning to refine. And you gave me great advice at the summit. You're like, because I was struggling with, well, what am I even really doing? And what do people think I do? What are those two? Is there a discrepancy? And you said, ask them. Ask the people who've invested in you. And I love that advice. And so I want to share it here. If you've got anyone who's invested in you or who's following you or who's engaged with you, maybe ask them, hey, what do you think I do? Or why did you invest in me? Or what drew you to me? And is it different now that you're working with me than when you started? Is there any feedback? And be willing to hear it, because that will then begin to shape where you might fire next.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But I love that. And that will be like an aiming that's almost a reverse engineering. But I work with so many coaches in my masterminds, and many of them are professional researchers and scientists, I call them. They're always aiming. Always aiming.
Yes.
I'm like, take some damn action. It's been 9 months. Get out there. And so some of them are, but some of them still aiming, and it's like, because I know what it is. Well, at least I think I know what it is. It's just being so worried they'll fail, or what will others think? So you're safe in the cocoon of aiming. But when you fire, you put yourself out there and you learn so much more quicker. You agree?
100%.
Yeah.
That idea, the professional researcher, the professional scientist, they'll often refer to themselves as perfectionists. And the truth is no, that's, well, we talked about this at the summit, but it's fear masked as practicality.
I love
it's
that.
saying I'm a perfectionist. I'm trying to make a great product. And I'm telling you, no, you're afraid to put out a product that's not perfect yet.
Yes.
And what I'm saying is it won't be perfect until you put it out.
That's right. And be willing to put out something that, like, let's say you are a recovering perfectionist like myself, um, and you put out B or B minus work. There's a typo or an error or it's not perfect. It's like, it's okay. That has been the greatest liberation for me. It's like, it's okay. Because so many people are not even willing to take that step out of their comfort zone, right? Or out of their research mode. So the fact that you're there, you're already winning. You're
Yeah.
ahead. Yeah.
It's kind of interesting. I was just thinking about this today. This is the first time I've ever said this. I just had this realization today. And that is over the last year, I've been busier than I've ever been in my life. I've been
Yes.
more busy than I've ever been before. Prior to this year, I took a lot of time on making my content as good as it could be.
Mm.
And now I just kind of wing it.
Yeah.
And now I just kind of I just put stuff out because I don't have time. I
Yeah.
don't have time to overthink it. And now there's definitely live videos helps with algorithms and stuff like that.
For
I
sure.
do live videos because I don't have to edit and I don't have to upload it.
Oh, dude, you're
That's
speaking my
why
language. Yes.
that's why I do live videos. But here's what I found that is so interesting.
Mm.
I've had more success with my content, more engagement with my content, more results that I'm looking for with my content since I stopped caring about them being perfect. Since I just started speaking my mind, speaking my truth, and not worrying about mistakes. Mistakes happen because I'm more concerned about putting out a piece of content every day. I tell people to put something out every day and they go, how can I do that? Because they're thinking they need to spend 8 hours on each of these pieces of content.
Yes.
I go this morning, I ended up doing a 15-minute video in my group. I thought I had an appointment that canceled and I thought I should do a video. What should I talk on? And then I had this thought and I had this idea and I just went.
What was your topic?
Let me think about it.
It was forever ago.
What did I
It was
talk
like
about?
7 hours ago.
No, I talked about stop chasing your clients and let them come to you.
Yes.
And
Trusting in that, letting go, and they do come tenfold.
Absolutely. And it was about this same idea about focusing on what they want, because if you create what they want, they will come to you.
That's right.
If you're creating what they want, you'll attract more of them. You're going to attract people. So I just had a thought and then I started talking. And some people I've had a few people say things like, your videos, you're not very formal or you're not. And I just go, well, that's not me. I'm not very formal. I'm just me. I'm going to talk the same way on a video as I would if you came into my office and we were sitting on this couch that's over there.
Yes.
That's what I want. I want people to have a personal insight with me. And so anyway, what I realized is that when we think that spending more time on our content is going to make it better, the truth is just trusting yourself and putting it out is going to make it better.
I love that. And I love how you were talking about how, people have said, how can you put out content every single day? Because they imagine they'd have to spend so much time on it. And I always say on this podcast and in real life that nobody's looking for perfect. They're looking for real. And so you showing up
Love
in
that.
your car doing lives and the way that you show up informally, I have a very similar mindset, which is why we've magnetized to each other, because I believe that authenticity and vulnerability and keeping it real is what people want. And coming from TV where everything's so perfect and glamorous. And I wish I look like in real life the way I look like on TV, right? They got the filters and the lights and the set and the outfits and the whole thing. And it's like, oh, but I just love being me so much more. Right. And that turns out what people love too. So if we can trust in that more. Was it scary for you in the beginning though, to go from that shift? You had to, because you didn't have enough time. But in the beginning, was it a shift because you went from carefully crafted content to just letting it rip?
Yeah, it was scary at first.
Mm-hmm.
It was scary to do that because I was worried about judgment. I was worried about all of that kind of stuff. And the funny thing is I didn't really get over it until I had to make a choice of, if I'm going to worry about that, I'm not going to put anything out. If it has to be perfect, it won't happen.
Right.
And so then I just did it and I just let go.
Okay, so you just now, that's the ready, fire, aim concept, right? That's that formula. And by the way, virtually every single entrepreneur or thought leader or world leader that I've had a privilege to connect with, and you ask them how they did anything, it's always the same. Exactly what you just said just now. I just did it, right? I just did it. I stopped thinking about it and I took inspired action, which is
Yeah.
what I love about it.